This is a 2016 Ford Utility Police Interceptor. It has a turbocharged 365 horsepower plant that runs good on regular gas. It has pursuit mode, which optimizes shifting gears for aggressive driving. It also has cop lighting, a cop video camera, cop tires, cop suspension, and cop shocks. It may come in a smaller package than the old traditional American police cruiser, but it packs a punch, which makes it the perfect car for my first guest, Public Information Officer Michelle Okada.
This is Michelle.
Hey Michelle, this is Lee. You got a couple minutes for lunch?
Yeah, sure. What's up?
I just got an idea I want to run past you.
Okay, sounds like fun.
I'll pick you up front.
Hi.
Hey, how are you?
Good.
You got time for a quick lunch?
Yeah, so what's going on?
Got an idea.
Oh, goodness. That usually gets us in trouble.
That's why you're here. Make sure we don't get in trouble.
Okay, so you're driving a squad car.
Of course I'm driving a squad car. I'm a police officer.
That doesn't usually drive a squad car.
Okay, fine.
So you're making me a little nervous about this idea, and you're driving a squad car.
Here's my idea. You remember Seinfeld? You watch Seinfeld.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
I saw him live. He's good.
He's amazing, right? But he had a show, and it ran its course, and then he needed to do something different. He needed to do something, get a little creative energy. So he started a new show.
Okay.
Okay. Chief's Corner.
Okay.
I feel like we've done it. I feel like we've jumped the shark. We need
Okay.
to do something different.
So you're pretending like you're Evel Knievel?
No,
Oh.
that was a Happy Days reference, but
Oh.
that's fine. I'm older
Okay.
than you. I'll explain later.
Okay.
The point is, I think we need to do something different with the show. So, Seinfeld, he has cool cars, he has interesting people, they match it up, they go, they have a whole show. We've got cool cars, we have interesting people.
Yes. But he's funny.
He is funny. I'm funny.
You can be funny.
Look, I have a very devoted following for the Chief's Corner.
You do.
I can pretty much guarantee you there's no way my mother has seen every episode of Seinfeld.
Okay.
But I'm fairly certain she has seen every episode of the Chief's Corner at least 3 times.
Okay, so you drive in cars.
I drive in cars.
Yes.
Yes. We match up a car with the personality of a person that we work with. We have a lot of interesting people.
We do. And we actually have a lot of vehicles.
We have a lot of different vehicles. The interesting people could see the vehicles. People can maybe meet people in a way that they wouldn't ordinarily get to see or meet people when they're doing their job.
I like it.
I think you can be our first guest.
I'm not funny or interesting.
You are interesting. And sometimes I find you funny. Sometimes you're funny when you're not even trying to be funny.
You have to watch what you say.
I always have to watch what I say. That's why I'm starting with you.
Constantly the governor switch.
Doesn't have a key fob. So I don't think a lot of people probably understand that you have 2 different jobs or 2 different roles. You manage our support services.
Oh, you're being serious now. Okay.
This is a serious program.
Okay, I'm ready. So
Sorry.
you're like practicing.
This is me practicing.
Okay.
But what would be neat is if the guests and future guests would just answer like we're having a conversation.
Okay, I'm there.
Would be helpful. Might
Okay.
keep the flow going a little better.
I'm with you.
So then I would say something like, so you are our support services supervisor.
Yes.
Maybe you can explain what you do in that role.
So I might say, if I was being asked that question,
Yes.
the support service piece of it, of my job, is to oversee the administration section of our department. So we work with all of the divisions, and there's a lot of reports that need to be filed, working with our prosecution to make sure they have all of the information and evidence they need. working with all of our variety of state and federal agencies that we share information with or that we receive information from. So a lot of the administration that goes on with police, fire, and EMS.
See, what I would say is if we didn't have support services, we would be shut down in about 2 hours. We'd be out of business.
Well, there's that compliance piece of it,
Right.
which is another part of what we do to make sure that we're being compliant in all of our information sharing,
It's a big
data
deal.
practices.
And you have a lot of information that people want shared. So we've got body
Yes.
cameras now. We're in the middle of that.
Yep. Body camera, all of the evidence. And then with our EMS, there's a lot of HIPAA related documents that need to be shared appropriately, get bills paid, get people the information they need for further care. So that's one piece of it. But if you're going to do these interviews, you probably shouldn't spill on people.
No, well, that's true. You use the word appropriately a lot, which I think is a nice segue into the other part of your job, which is a PIO or Public Information Officer.
Yes.
So how did you get into that?
I'm not sure. I think you told me I looked like a soccer mom. So
I might have said that. The Woodbury Public Safety Soccer Mom.
Yes.
That's a face I would trust.
Right. So, and I take that actually very seriously. I think it's important to get people the information they deserve in a timely manner, especially when we have maybe a more critical incident and people are wondering what's going on in my neighborhood or what happened in my community.
Sure.
Working with the officers or the firefighters to determine what can we tell them, what's going to help put them at ease while still furthering the investigation and kind of balancing those things. What's the want to know, need to know, and what can we tell them?
Maybe not everybody knows, but before you came over to public safety,
Yep.
you worked for the city and you worked in Parks and Recreation.
Yes, this is very different.
Very different.
I say probably not as often anymore, but I used to say almost every day, oh, we didn't do this in Parks and Recreation. I didn't hear those things in Parks and Recreation.
Right. When you were in Parks and Rec, you did a show
I
on
did.
this very same channel.
I did.
And
Please
if
tell
I
me
were
there
to-
are no puppets.
If I were to ask you, I was going to ask you what your most frequent guest was, and I think you've already figured it out. Who would have been your most frequent guest on the old Parks and Rec show?
Oh, I'm really afraid. Is there?
There's nothing.
Okay. Shaggy.
But you
I'm
did
pretty
work-
sure Shaggy will be at my retirement
You did
party.
work with a puppet.
I did.
Right.
I enjoy the change. It's a nice career change. And I really take it seriously to share what we can and increase that public relations. I think we've come a long way with interacting with the community, and our staff really seems to embrace the different opportunities.
Oh, I think it's a huge thing for our staff. So what's the best part of your job? What do you love best?
True, and I know a lot of people say this about their jobs, but truly the variety. It's very challenging to be working on a fun event and more of the public relations side of it, and then something happens and we have to really convene. And when you see all of our divisions come together, that is truly rewarding. And a lot of our city in general does that. But when you're working with sometimes tragedies, but just to really see how our people so compassionately come together for the best interest of the people they're serving, that's really rewarding.
It is. We have great people.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's interesting to see just the little stories that maybe never actually make it out in the media, but that we get to see from behind the scenes, just the little help and the thoughtfulness, and it's nice to see that every single day. That's good. Thank you.
You're welcome. Anything else for the two of you right away?
No, this looks
nope.
wonderful. Thanks.
You're welcome. Enjoy your lunch.
Thanks for taking time to grab lunch with me today.
Yeah.
It's a good idea, right? To change the segment up a little
I
bit?
really like it. I
Okay.
think there's a lot of opportunity there.
All right.
The whole department.
Yeah, right. I agree. I think there's endless possibilities with all the different people that we work with every single day.
Right. Okay, but the name. It can't be the Chief's Corner.
No, probably can't be the Chief's Corner.
No.
Well, it's fine. We'll just call it Cops in Cars Getting Coffee.
No, there's already a show that's pretty much like that. And
Oh, it's exactly like that.
And there's more than just the cops.
We have attorneys?
No. Keep thinking. How about you're the director of our department
Yes.
and you're going to drive.
Yes.
Driving with the director.
All right, I can roll with that. Driving with the director it is. Driving with the director to get donuts.
We'll work on that part. Let's just stick with driving with the director.
All right. Thanks for joining me today.
Thank you.